What is happening in J Gaming Dude here with some more Endwalker, Final Fantasy 14. Oh, do you know what? Same difference. Whether I say Endwalker before or after Final Fantasy 14. Um, as usual, the audio always goes out whenever I jump into it, and I need to actually switch the audio interface every time. Anyway, cool. So we're at Radz Han, continuing on the story. Now all I gotta do is change my... Actually, what class do I want to level up right now? Because that is something that I need to figure out. I think it was Samurai I was working on. Samurai's at 83. Do I have anything at 81? No, so, okay, so Samurai's the best I've got. Okay. Easy. I think that's all I need. I've had way too many technical issues today with trying to... Oh, what? Oh, yeah. With trying to, like, get the stream working. As it turns out, I think it was my VPN that was actually causing most of the issue. Seems to be fairly okay now, I think. Or is it... Ah, there's still frames being skipped. What's going on here? Yep, don't want to drop my controller. So we want to go through here. Oh, I can't go through here? Damn it. Okay, so I have to go the other way. Well, actually, you know what? I could have just teleported. If I just go to the airship landing, I guess. That works. Or maybe I can just go up here, I think. Which then leads to the airship landing, yeah. But then that's the closest to... Well, actually, no, it isn't. It's, Reveda Fibers. Doodle. I've completely forgotten where we are right now, in the story at least. Because we've completed the Tower of Zot, we managed to save quite a lot of people, and Graha has been out of like commission for quite some time because of the fact that he had to use his, he tried to use a single magic in order to stop everyone from going splat onto the ground when the tower just up and disappeared randomly. At least we now have like charms to protect us from actually being turned into zombies, pretty much. Being enthralled by the effect of the tower and turning into like Empire... Oh, Empire? Yeah, Empire. Yeah, zombies for the Empire. Okay, the Crystarium wasn't... Okay, Crystarium was kind of confusing to get around from place to place. Nowhere near as bad as here, though. This is worse. For sure. But once I've got my bearings, I'm sure I can get from place to place quite easily. Illogical architecture aside, which I'm pretty sure you could kind of like, really bring down to the science that it is. Elizabeth's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're in the right place. The High Crucible is where we're going to. Okay. Yeah, I forgot what the name of the place was. The High Crucible of Alchemia. Trader, and trader. There's actually 3 of them. I wonder, can I actually trade my Aphrodism? Whatever those things are called. Elegant Tomestones of Astronomy and Aphorism with any of these lot. Collectible Appraiser, Script Exchange, and Splendor's Vendor. Once you have been approved by the House of Splendors. Ah, damn, I forgot. I have to do that for every single location which the House of Splendors is located. Splendor Vendor. Love how they really shortened it down from the House of Splendors Vendor to just House of Splendor Vendor. Or it's to just Splendor Vendor. Anyway, thank you to Nurangia right here, so... God damn, what the heck is that? It looks like it's got a lot of ether being pumped through it. And the whole gang is here too. Being the last ones to arrive, probably not the best idea most of the time, even though that's what happens.
These are the talismans we were promised. Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for.
Okay, that's good. Far more than we needed.
Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of...
I feel like something is going to throw a spanner in the works. I can't help.
Invade Garlemald proper and strike directly at the Telophoroid's base of operation.
I'm actually interested to see what Garlemald actually looks
We
like.
would need to consult with various alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even... To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to...
Pray allow me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful duties.
I mean, Uranji's committed. I'll give him that.
Head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
We shall share the burden then. Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex. We must keep them safe and secure until we've decided upon a course of action.
Indeed. 100%. We got to keep that stuff safe.
Please, I must speak with you.
Nidana?
Nidana, you're awake.
Is she feeling alright though?
When I spoke with the carer at my bedside, she told me that one of the scions, a young woman, had cleansed me of the Tao's corruption. It seems I'd been asleep ever since the treatment. But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to come.
Interesting. So how was she... Oh, she was cleansed of the ether, but who did it though?
As you said, Nidana was captured only recently.
Ah, right, so she could be
Such
saved.
brief exposure is swiftly cured, so I tended to her before we gathered at Megaduta.
And I am truly grateful that you did. I cannot thank you enough. All of you, for everything you've done. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You've saved Havnir from an awful fate.
Oh,
Yet who has truly saved who? Due in no small part to thine inspirational courage, the alchemists were successful in producing warding scales of proven efficacy. Replications of thy work now stand ready to travel across the seas unto the hands of those who wield them against this rising evil.
Talisman?
hmm.
Is this true?
Yep, those talismans work. They've actually been tested now.
Oh, I was so groggy from sleep. I didn't even think to ask. Oh, our great work sent across the sea. It was worth it. Oh, it was all worth it.
The way everyone in the Great Work works, pretty much like. Oh, that was the flower that Cryle
Look
gave.
at that. Its colour is completely changed.
What do you have there?
And then explains the flower.
How unusual. I wonder if the effect is a reaction to Akasha.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term.
Akasha? It is one of the
Unseen
unseen
energies.
defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
Essence influenced by
You
feelings.
imply that it is distinct from ether.
As foreign scholars often conflate the two, but we see them as separate concepts.
Huh, okay.
Ether is an energy which permeates the land. It
Right.
exists within animals,
Objects, air
within
we
the air
breathe, and everything that it kind of flows
all
through.
through which it flows.
Pretty much, it's like atoms IRL. That's what ether is in the Final Fantasy's 14 world.
Akasha
Or in the world of Eorzea.
exists in a domain beyond our reach. A gift bestowed from on high, or torn from the heavens in some traditions.
Interesting, that's a different way of looking at it.
Akasha can neither be created nor destroyed. It is beyond our power to purposefully alter or manipulate.
So that's why ether is something that can be altered or manipulated. That's why we use it when we use magic. But Akasha doesn't.
The only thing observed to influence it is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion. As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or exaltation when you've transcended the usual. That is a manifestation of Akasha, the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
Unyielding spirit. That's certainly a way of putting
I
it.
really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy.
I'm glad my haphazard explanation has piqued your interest. But even for us, Akasha is a somewhat abstract field of study. A lack of practical application lends itself poorly to formalized research,
Interesting, okay.
which is why my analysis of your flower can amount to little more than idle speculation.
That's unfortunate.
Nonsense. You have nothing to be sorry for. Your insight is much appreciated.
Looking at things in a very, very different way or in a very different light. I feel like that's what this explanation was. Can't help but think that being the case.
Shall we depart for Charlian then? I will see.
Right, we need to hide these
We
things
will
because
be in touch once our talks are concluded.
Van Daniel
Suggest you rest while
knows
you can.
that these
From
talismans
here
exist.
onward, sleep is bound to be in short supply.
Still though, I'm very curious as to what Galmold actually looks like, what the actual town structure is, where places are. it's definitely something that's been like at the back of my mind since like the beginning of Final Fantasy 14. Because there's always a lot going on in the story. And so I can't help but not say that I'm somewhat curious as to, you know, what this Garlemald place is actually like. All we know is that, like, the main bad guys, well, without, I mean, I'm this far into the game, I can't really not hide spoilers. Because we think of the villains as from there, but the actual villains are the, are the Asians, who come from a completely different world altogether. And so, yeah, we just kind of find ourselves in a very strange place. But simply put, like, the empire that was created on the basis of Asians, with the pure intention of only creating chaos, or for the... would I even word it like that? Yeah, actually, yeah. For the pure intention of creating chaos, does this entire kingdom exist? And so... And it's then kind of a bit of a worry as to like what this... I can't even begin to like think of like how I'm even trying to explain any of this. Jesus, like my brain is literally like melting as I'm going on. Pretty much, I can't... The summary is like, I really want to see what Garlemald is like. This place has piqued my curiosity for the longest time, and we're finally about to go there. Sharlayan was only a place that was introduced in like what, when we first met Cryle back in probably the early parts of Heaven's Ward, when we first reached Idyllicia, or at least when we're about to leave Idyllicia, really, going to meet with Master Matoya for the first time. So all of that put together, like, that's when we learn about Sharlayan. Now that we've kind of been here, we're like, okay, that's pretty interesting place, the way in which places are built up and all that.
Take heart and protect them well.
But yeah, Garlemald is a giant question mark in terms of locations. We've heard a lot of it, we've heard about it a lot throughout the entire game. We're about to finally visit for once.
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you?
We've bought quite a spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
But wasn't the last stand like the place where you don't want to go to eat? Because scholars don't care too much about like how average the food is. Someone's not a fan of pickles. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Alizé is not a fan of pickles?
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well.
I feel like there's a massive however in there.
He refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Sharlayan cuisine is not to his liking.
Putting it lightly, I'd imagine.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart.
As he usually does.
To perfect his brooding stare.
Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Sharlayan feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
An excellent idea. Of all people, warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
Seems like the twins are in agreement.
Beset on all sides.
Though it's very rare not to see Cryle with her hat. Was it a hat or a hoodie? I can't even remember anymore. Though it's unusual not to see her head covered in some way.
Speaking of one's physical condition, Mistress Cryle, I hear you've
natural host to Heidelin herself.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer. I've not felt a hint of her presence since.
The thing is that she was right there on the boat when we first arrived, or was about to arrive in Charlian.
Carry that flower, yes?
Yeah, what's the point of carrying the flower? But I feel like we're gonna find out soon enough what the meaning behind that flower could be.
Guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it?
Seeking joy in darkness. That's the one that's got me.
Isn't that what happened with Nidana back in Radzat Han?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow, as if reflecting the elation we all felt. The relief of a people with renewed hope.
The bright yellow glow does seem like more of a happy
And in turn, I felt buoyed by
feeling to it.
It was akin to spotting a beacon and knowing we were on the right path. I know we've not yet triumphed over the Torfroy, or learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans.
Oh, and then there's the forum as well. I almost completely forgot about that crazy lot. They found something that is absolutely insane, and that is what's keeping them from willing to assist.
That gives us the strength to carry on day after day.
What on earth is it that they could have found? Also, pizza. Nice. Ah, God.
Hey, that's mine.
To the swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Just snaps the whole thing in half.
And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle. Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
What on earth was he trying to do?
Simply, you used it to sneak around the Forbidden Archives.
All that?
Yes, well, after a fashion.
You still got caught in the end, so you know, doesn't make too much of a difference in that area.
They're torn, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
Oh, okay, so he was sort of levitating himself to get up to higher levels of the actual shelves. I imagine that, like, you know, how absolutely massive the library would be, that books would be like, I don't know, 5-6 meters up in the air, about that tall, which is absolutely massive for any single bookshelf. But in fantasy games, they generally tend to be pretty damn high.
I'm not that ambitious. But it is pleasant to idle away the hours every once in a while.
Someone at the door? Oh, no, they're just interacting in between themselves rather. Oh, they're green hue. It's nice. Sort of a pleasant calm to it. Not happy, not necessarily like full on happiness, but something calming in between rather. Xenosier Galvus still walks. God damn it. I thought we had him too, you know, at the end of Stormblood. And Fandaniel appears.
Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well, never mind that. I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news. Our tower in Thavnir has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does.
So it's used to siphon ether.
If they
That much we
continue to
know. But
preoccupy
what on earth are they going to
themselves
use it
with
for?
towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes questionable.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Better to strike at the heart as soon as possible, but
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome.
if we arrive too early, then like we know something bad is gonna happen.
Talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy.
No. All else is equal.
Honestly, like what on earth does Zeno see in us? Just describing him as like a rabid beast that likes to feast on
Equally
those
tedious.
who are
Equally
up to the challenge to fight him and actually be able to fend him off.
The bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke. But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot, enough to set my soul aflame.
Should I be concerned? That is a worry.
Afterglow, until the void yawned once more. And then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain. Burn, burn, let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
There's always been some sort of like smart reasoning, some genuinely like well thought through objectives that the villains have had up until now, and now all we're looking at is the destruction of the source, the destruction of our own world. And yet, like, what is that going to accomplish? Or is it just that there is absolutely no other thought than just pure destruction, that nothing more will, that there isn't much need to think about it?
The emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more. I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
Also, like, how has Van Daniel survived this entire time, despite each of the other three higher ranking SCNs actually being taken down one after another?
Yours. Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable.
So this is what Garlemald looks like at the moment.
When I was mortal, I would always have the same. It was a fragmented thing. Until
To an
one
extent,
day,
but
I
not the full
realized
scope of what
surely
Garlemald
it's
looks like.
Much as your
The constant reference to the final days always reminds me of Amarot being one of the best parts of the entire story thus far.
yes.
I will
think that
keep
is something we can both
saying that over and over again. Amarot was excellent. I absolutely enjoyed it. There was so much to like about it. Like, I honestly don't know what else to say. And what made the whole thing even better was not just Amarot, but also the fight against Hades, and it all just kind of added up really nicely. The only other point, or the only other storyline that's even come close to being as absolutely exceptional was... I want to bring it up because I can't remember the actual name of the little storyline, but it's the weapons. Crap, for the New Game Plus. It was the weapons raid. The Sorrow of Wellet. Yeah, this one right here. God damn, that was like the closest I got to genuinely crying. It genuinely is very sad. Even when things end on a high, it's still like incredibly depressing. The Skull himself was here. Huh. So we're gonna now learn more about the... Was it called the Studium? Or the Stadium or something or other? Something or other. Numenon... Maybe it's... The Studium. Okay, that is what it's called. Because I was trying my best not to say Stadium. For whatever reason. Like, that was just my, like, immediate thought. The Stadium. What does Party Finder look like at the moment? Nothing in particular. I want to do Eternity Savage though. Of Eden, but anyway. Better to get some higher eye level gear. Higher item level. Specifically more closer to like 590, 600. Than what I currently have. Phenomenon. While most of the space is taken up by expansive auditoriums, numerous laboratories, okay. So we're getting a bit of a tour, or just a history lesson on the Studium? Foremost Educational Institute. These two beat him to it. The Legend of Alphen Olivier. God damn. There was actually a thing like that? Scholar Montage. I'm bad with names. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I don't think I've ever seen Krile kind of emote like that, as most Lalafell generally tend to. An event of epoch-shattering proportions is fast approaching. I think he's a little bit too excited. But Miss Aleppo should have a better idea. Aleppo. Alright, let's have a look-see. Actually, you know what? Probably should look at the map. Right, so... If we go through here... Okay, so there's like an actual staircase in between these doors. You're a trainee gleaner fresh off the guild ship. I'm right, aren't I? to search his meat. Is that the name of the library they were in? Well, I mean, I think I could have imagined that books is the most important thing you'd find in the studio, considering it's a place of knowledge. On the Skolak's whereabouts, let's go with the clever option. Well, I mean, she's excitable. I'll give her that. To the Marcus meet. You know, this is probably just a case of really bad timing, where you kind of go from like a place and then next thing you know, you're talking to like the NPC and they're like, oh, you literally just missed the person that you were looking for, and they're now on the other side of wherever you are. Definitely a case of real bad timing now. Again? You know, you can only miss someone so much. To this way. Okay, there they are. Well, there he is, rather. Oh, wait, is he among those guys?
An opportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words and...
Ah, right, he was the dude who was speaking up at the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Hell, as long as it's over 50%, you know you've got a majority.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisois in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Montoya's prize student.
Yeah, that,
Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
I feel like we're definitely going to be asking, if at any point at all. These three are just like, yep, we've been there, done that.
There is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy. Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried.
What kind of magics are they using to be able to, like, if you tell the truth, you are going to die?
Our duty is of the greatest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
At least he can kind of, like, explain around what's going on. So, what I just said wasn't completely wrong. I can't imagine that he will die from something, but rather that he just cannot because of the whatever this enchantment is.
How is that even possible?
Okay, I didn't actually think he was going to explain it on the spot to be like, okay, here's how everything just went tits up. All things considered, though.
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology.
Etherology, okay.
The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into three forms.
Right, 3 forms. So wait, what are those?
The incorporeal sort, the soul, and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third?
Soul, memory. What would the third be? Corporeal ether?
Yes, very good.
I feel like if there's 2 forms of incorporeal, then the third must be corporeal.
This is the form with which the layman is most familiar, consumed by even the simplest of daily activities, and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us. This form of ether is in constant flux.
Okay.
In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked.
And that's kind of why, in order to transfer everyone from the source to transfer everyone from the first to the source, we needed to be able to store not just the soul but also the memory into a white aura site, and then be able to transfer back into the bodies of which they originally inhibited. While intrinsically, and that's kind of like why they're intrinsically linked, is yeah, you could move the soul over or just the memory, but the thing is that you are going to be missing a very significant part, and you can't just transfer one at a time into a body. It needs to be together. If they're no longer linked, then you're probably going to suffer like some real bad stuff. Like you're going to be down bad, real bad. That's all I'm thinking. Yeah, you're going to be down bad, real bad. Sounds about right.
Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it.
Okay.
Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely.
Right.
You'd be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well.
Interesting.
In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
What recent occurrence would have caused that to happen? The towers?
7th Umbral Calamity.
Oh, the Umbral
The
Calamity.
people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm.
Right.
No one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
So you don't think that was the Bahamut attack, was filled with that ether that comprises similar to that of people's memory?
To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or the enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Charlian prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation.
So they themselves did actually put in, as Montaigne says, like, prohibition against memory manipulation, and yet they did memory manipulation regardless.
Is inducted, and told of our great duty, are unnecessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace.
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories
That is the question.
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then,
9/10.
and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred. Barring that, we must wait until we return to the ethereal sea.
Pretty much that's taking your secret to your grave.
For there we will be purified. The blots upon our... and our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose.
Pretty much. Because returning to the ethereal sea is all about, you know, the way in which life and death works in this world.
Memories that are indelibly etched upon our soul.
Memories etched into the soul.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world.
Reborn into another form.
To another form.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole cycle of
Both theories have
rebirth.
their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable.
So it's now, it hasn't actually been proven, but yet the explanation was treated as fact during A Realm Reborn's main storyline. When we learned about how, what's it called? How Esseans exist in the world,
Well, I
but
think
death
that's
is just a
enough
minor
information for
inconvenience to
today.
them.
Now that I've given you some food for thought, or rather, an entire banquet. I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use here.
I feel like we might be able to find ways around it.
For you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Valdesian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend.
Okay, that's neat. So we just happen to get access by association. Jesus Christ.
With Key Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Charlia, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search.
I think he's about to just advise her now. You know, for an old dude, he's actually not that bad. The thing is that he was, like... You know, he has his reasons for saying some of the stuff that he does. But, at the end of the day, like, he's not bad. You've been granted the run of Phenomenon. If your game... put your artisanry to good use. Huh, I imagine that to be the case. I wouldn't be completely unsurprised at that. Yeah, that's a lot to take in. Though I feel like we could have, like, been able to draw that out if we really thought about it. Or attempt to draw that sort of conclusion. A capital idea. The Baldesian Annex is right there, so... Baldesian Annex, boom. Studium, okay. I can just, like, teleport from the Studium to the Baldesian Annex. Yep. This should do it, hopefully. It's been too long since I've streamed because I've spent way too much time trying to collect 8,000 collectibles, which takes a bloody long time. Jesus Christ, like, holy cow, I've been doing it over and over again, and yet it just doesn't get any easier. Like, I'm sitting on 5,000 at the moment. I don't know why they even made it an achievement as well. Because there's no real reason to even collect that many. Like, that's an ungodly amount of collectibles. But anyway, that's just me just complaining about the collectibles. Let's explain all of this to Graha now. Oh, what did he get? Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company and the Eastern Alliance to determine a way forward. Bring the scales to limbs, okay. So I assume we're going to be meeting with the Admiral. Vilbrand, sorry. Didn't realize crates were so heavy, Jesus. Vitra and the alchemists of the great work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these. Yeah, that's true. So she's going to remain the individual that's going to have watchful eyes on her from that lot. When you talk a lot streaming, like, you kind of like forget half of what I like. Well, at least I forget half of what like half of the names of like characters and things like that, groups, and then I like my English is just broken sometimes. Well, anyway, can't imagine being able to, you know, keep this up for a lengthy amount of time. Actually, come to think of it, while I'm here, have I sold anything at the market? Let's have a look-see, because I'm pretty sure I should have. Figured since I'm here, might as well check it out. Did sell something, yay. Proceed. Is there anything on in my inventory I can sell? Nope, nothing particularly noteworthy. Archon loaf though. Nah, don't want to sell that. Guild. What is she selling at the moment? Oh, okay. Oh, no, wait, that's interest or withdraw items. Here we go. Blue Spirit Sickle and... Actually, adjust price. Ah, 42,999. Hell no, I ain't taking that. I'll go to 10 gil under. I feel like it doesn't genuinely mean anything. Oh, and actually, while I'm here, I should probably check out Gridania while I have a chance. Check out if my... Ah, crap, what's it called? If I can, like, level up my, my squad so I can become squad commander. That would be pretty cool. Squad captain or squad commander? I can't remember what it's called. I think if I look it up, should be... Squad captain, yeah. Oh, all 3 leaders are here. God damn. It seems that the towers, even though they're just standing there, they seem to still be causing a hell of a lot of grief. A surge in abduction of Kobold, Sahagan, and Ixel and the Ananta. God damn, okay. So it seems like even though all of like this issues all of these problems are being caused by the Imperial Army, even they need to be saved from themselves. I feel like there's more of a moral argument to take place here. But also, the Tower of Zot was a much larger tower compared to these other towers that have appeared though, when you really think about it. So the spies siphon ether from the land, consuming it to maintain its form. Far more than is required for this task alone. You can't imagine that excess ether is being used for something else. Oh, okay, wait a second. Hold on. So, the ether is being absorbed and being used to do something, and that's only what Fandaniel and Xenosia Galvus know about. You and your scouts to join the Ilsabard contingent. Why was I supposed to say continent instead of contingent? God damn. We have no choice but to be honest. I feel like no matter what we would have picked, it would have been like that. Raban and Emmerich are already there? God damn, okay. So we've got pretty much like all of Eorzea is now coming together to take on this threat. That much was obvious, but now it's like becoming more and more clearer as to what's going on. So before I go to Alamegan Quarter, I should probably head off to Gridania and have a look-see at my squad. Being a what the heck am I in this grand company? Jesus, hold on. I am a first serpent lieutenant, so hopefully I can hit, captain soon enough. Fingers crossed though, because I'm sure that's going to be a pain in the ass. Ended in failure. God damn. Okay. Imperial Recon. Let's go there. Yeah, no, that's at 400. I'll have to do. Anyway. Oh, actually, do I have... If I go to my equipment... The Emperor's new hat, Emperor's new robe, Emperor's new gloves, breeches, boots. Do I have anything else? I gotta use those eventually. But anyway, moving on from that. So we're going to Gurabanya. See, ever since we've liberated this place from what's it called? From Xenosaga Galvus the first time around at the end of Stormblood, we've been coming here a lot. Well, not as much as like other places in the game, but it's been pretty cool to come back here every now and again. Righty then. It's good to see Robon's face again after like a long ass amount of time. Organize the various delegations. Well, if you need your leaders to kind of, you know, delegate the duties out and all that. Well, ideally you'd want to do that. Make sure that everyone is able to like work together to get those towers out ASAP. Yeah, we only wish we could fight next to you, but all we can do is like do a like leader stuff. Generalish leader stuff. Oh, huh. What's Gaius? Oh, Gaius is still here. What the heck? From what I gather, the protective talismans you've obtained. I'm glad I did the wordlet stuff because this makes a lot more sense now. Like everything's sort of coming together. So I'm actually kind of happy that I did all of the extra stuff in preparation for this. They wasted my homeland and enslaved my people. Jesus, that's an insane thing. Gaius has got a good head on his shoulders. Regardless of what happens. Because the thing is that Gaius is not actually a bad guy, he's just very patriotic. And I feel like that's worth mentioning for sure. Okay, so Maxima is going to be the guide for us there. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my level can't endures. It'll be interesting to see who we will actually run into. Alright, so we'll talk to Maximin. I think he's gonna... Like, how are we gonna get there anyways? What's the plan exactly? I gathered in the royal palace, okay. So, now my question is like Ilsabad part of... wait. Yep. So like, Ilsabad is one area in Garlemald. What are the other areas? Like, how far is this whole area split out? Like, what's going on here? Holy crap! What the heck is going on here? We are. I mean, I know we're going to war, but this just seems more like.
I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our travelling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose.
God damn, you ain't kidding.
Not only for the sake of Beorzia, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilsabard contingent.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Lucia.
I have come at the behest of Lord Endwalker, who has honoured me with the role of Ishgard's representative. For the good of all nations, not least my former home, I am determined to see this mission through to its end. We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that, if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
This fight's gonna be insane.
To the rest of our company.
Everyone! If I may have your attention.
Okay. Oh, yo. God damn, so many familiar faces, honestly.
Might I ask you to speak?
If I must, I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation. Here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer, we shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald.
Okay.
To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
Nice. They're actually really good, all three of them.
Suppose I'd better say my pick.
Sagad.
Wait, I know you.
The name's Sikar, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten.
After getting his butt handed to him.
Captain Hillfield has sent his best, and for whatever reason... Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in a commander of... So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but a promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do.
Man, that's a hell of a change to his, like, to after what happened last time.
How much the Empire loves its steel. We thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy.
God damn, that writing. Whew.
Just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls. Believe you me.
He's aggressive.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. And again, so are we.
And even
The
Lise
most
with
dependable warriors of Uldar and
All that in
have
Alvigo,
assembled
man.
at the Sultana and General Eldin's behest.
I mean, we've got, like, you know, the head of the Black Mages, we've got Pippin, we've got... she's... This is a class I've used quite a bit. Why can't I remember where she's from? Because I know it's a class I've leveled up quite a bit.
If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telefron. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
We're going in full on with the offensive here.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the avatar of destruction.
Alpha knows, oh no, it's those two instead. Even bit.
I know we'll succeed, no matter. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest.
I can't believe that everything has been building up to this.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead.
Hold on, so Garlemald is also a pretty snowy place? Interesting.
Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabad contingent. I will do all in my power. The four high houses, House Hylinard foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our... Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature.
Oh, machinists. Nice.
There is another awaiting introduction.
Ah. God damn, he's here too. What the heck?
Emmanuel de Faucon, at your service. Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that. But, should the opportunity arise...
He's still salty as all hell. The second option is too good.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honoroi with my tales of daring do.
I believe that concludes introductions to the Grand Company. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Would that be the shinobi of Dome?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors.
Who else could it be?
You greedy fool!
Oh no, not her. Are you kidding me? Oh, actually, you know what? Not. I thought it was someone completely different.
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Goddamn. Okay, so the entire like all the races of the Azim Steppe are here.
Cyrena, and you brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as the steppe is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Dome, only to find them beyond our reach.
Oh, Sadu still seems very angry, among other things.
But now thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy! Sadil Khatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Oh wait, what?
And the Bosnian resistance. Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities, which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
I mean, Thancred has been like all over the place anyways.
Bosnia, Alamiga, all lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I am...
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy.
But instead, now the entire empire has now turned into just two sodding buggers that we need to take out, namely Fandaniel and Xenos. Unless there's more going on than what we've expected.
Fighting and working against and with Guardians. There's no denying a simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Sid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders. Gaius bloody Baelsar himself is working to help rebuild Werlet, a nation he once conquered. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy. But we're all determined to make this world a better place.
That's a hell of a speech. Lisa's always got, like, you know, just the speeches, you know?
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
It does make me wonder, though.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range.
Okay.
Fortunately, Garland Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi.
Yeah, ideally we want to get close, but not too
As they
close.
appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
So we need to go
In
from the ground.
circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us. So it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must...
Of course, we don't want to get shot
We
down
cannot
partway
account
through.
for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparation.
I had this feeling there was going to be an Avengers Assemble moment in this, and I feel like it's only going to grow bigger the more people start to kind of join us, which is absolutely wild to think about. Yep, time to give out the warding scales to everyone. I feel like us being the ones to give him out. I don't know about that, man. We were given the honors for this. If the Admiral and Captain Delphia is someone to think about the future. I mean, who knows? Like, Saga could be like the head of the bloody executioners soon enough. Be a cold day in hell if that ever ended up working out, let's be honest. It's good to see Serena again. I still can't believe we like won the fight, won the whole war. That was insane. I'm surprised that like Van Daniel isn't looking to completely crush us all like right away. The whole welcoming that he's gonna have prepared, that's what I'm interested in seeing. Because what on earth could he have up his sleeve that we aren't already somewhat aware of? In need of oh no. If the Scions need a tailor, I think we all know who that's going to be. Tataru. She's gonna go absolutely nuts on that. Unless it's oh, of course it wasn't gonna be anyone else. It looks like she's like got a full load of like winter garments. God damn. Man, Tataru really should like take up something in fashion rather than just being you know, a receptionist. She's certainly got a knack for these sorts of things. Yeah, Kraw's gonna be stuck there all by himself. Probably another lot of level 1 winter gear. Oh, is it just a coat? North Sea coat. Nice. I'm gonna have to clean up my my armory chest soon enough. Maybe not now, but definitely later on. I feel like Tataru just never gets used to, you know, sending us off over and over to like somewhere super dangerous all the time. Oh goddamn, 30. No, nothing that I want to do in particular. Damn. Oh well. It's more just high-end duties instead. I don't know what this one is. I think this might be Pandemonium or something. Anyway. Upon boarding the airship, several... Okay. Let's do this. Let's move forward. So there's going to be a lot of cutscenes and there's also going to be a lot of story to take in. Okay, so here we are at
Elsaland,
Alamigo.
divided in twain by a vast mountain range.
Right. Oh, is that Garlemald up there?
Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly?
Okay, so it's actually to the north, which means quite a bit to the east of Charlian, from what I can tell.
On the outskirts of the imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius. The winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
Oh, come on, why is he freezing? Like, he's from a freezing location. Also, I think everyone's hair is going white to some extent.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance pup. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Okay.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps.
Yeah, everything did go,
Perhaps,
you know,
but
tits up in
there is more
Garlemald.
to it than that.
That's for sure.
Maxima reports that they're led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number.
Okay.
However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
Ooh.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne.
Yet they're brought
Indeed.
together.
In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
That's an interesting way of putting it. Huh.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
There's no other explanation
So,
for why they
what's
could be
the plan?
together.
If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment?
Well, those are a few ideas.
Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Of course.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to...
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments. And once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
It makes the job so much
Once
easier.
the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into 2 groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supply. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you do. I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump cards.
Yeah, because I'm sure we're going to be needed eventually. And there's no reason for us to like step in every part of like what's going on. Unless it's absolutely necessary to do so. Okay, so that's the depot.
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Stoner always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right, once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely.
Okay.
Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand.
Okay, okay. So that's another thing we're going to be doing, and
The
then...
blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
I can't help but think that, like, if they, like, kill off Thancred now, what's going to happen later on? But also, like, with the way everything is unfolding, like, there are, like, some people are going to die. For sure. Some very important characters. Alright. So. Commence the mission. Yep.
Keep your wits about you.
It's done. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Swift deception and infiltrate the supply. Swift deception? What's that? Silent takedown, here we go.
Must be losing my touch.
Our hated foe. Silent takedown. Okay, taking him out. Oh, I need to wait a certain number of seconds before I can actually do a silent takedown. Okay, I can silent takedown again.
Must be losing my touch.
Looks like I can't really do that against magic slashes. That was a bad idea to begin with, considering that it's a robot that I'm dealing with, more than anything. Okay, I think I'm dead. Okay, cool. Time to set the explosives up. Deactivate the Magitech shield. Okay. Now, how do I want to go about doing this? Ah, there. So I can use the field controls after I've taken that guy out. So now, just there. Okay, so we've got a couple of timbered Imperials. Gonna have to run away.
Must be losing my touch.
Bewildering bombs. Okay. Okay. I got confused when you have to use, you know, attacks that are like that. Crap. Damn the magic slashes though. They can always sniff me out for whatever unknown reason. Well, I suppose being machines and all, they're harder to take out.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Nice. Okay.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
That Magitech Slash is going to be really annoying to get past, but should be simple enough as soon as he turns around. So which way are we going? Access the control terminal. Which control terminal is this that we're after? I feel like I'm just slowly taking them out one by one. Nope, not yet, not yet. Damn it. That Magitech Slasher, man. I swear that thing was like... Okay. Oh, there's two of them. Okay. Let me have a closer look at the outside, sort of like the perimeter, if you will. Okay, there. That's gonna be annoying. Oh hell no!
Must be losing my touch.
How am I going to get over the Teletic Vanguard? That's another worry right there. Okay, I'm going to have to avoid that Magitech Slasher. I'm going to have to use that Slasher to my advantage here. Because I'm so close to getting, like, you know, for them to be aware of my presence. Okay. Oh, damn. No, 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 no. Crap, crap, crap. Damn it, me. So I have to start from the beginning again, which is what kind of really sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with normal. I feel like I was pretty damn close but at least now I'm like much more aware of what I'm going to be doing. And I mean like much more aware. Right there. Ah, crap. Skip the cutscene. Commence. Sweet.
Keep your wits about you. It's time.
We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Crap. That was too damn close, way too early. So I've taken out the first guard, and so that's the first area done. Now I just need to wait for this to recover, because there's only 2 guards I have to deal with in this area. Well, not including the third one that's blocking the gate, but... Here we go. Cool, the Magitech Slasher didn't look this way. So I can at the very least now take out this last Magitech Reaper. Okay. Field controls. Now I'm gonna have to use this to take out the dog. There we go. I am having a much smoother time right now. Now I need to sneak in and... Crap. Probably a good idea to take him out. Looks like the Magitek slashes aren't exactly like hyper
This is Thancred.
attuned to my location.
Explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
Ah, crap, that was bad timing. Luckily, Swift Deception does actually recover fairly quickly. Nailed it. Now the question on how to move forward. I'll need the Magitek Slasher to move out of the way. The dog is going to be super annoying to deal with. And I don't want to get into the Teletic Vanguard's way. These skills do take like a few seconds to kind of, you know, do its thing. Or to recover, really. I'm just waiting for the Magitek Slasher to move out of the way. Okay. Nailed it. I'm like taking them out sort of one at a time slowly. But that'll avoid me from having to kind of... Crap, okay, I can't look that way until that Magitek Slasher is gone. Whew.
Must be losing my touch.
Crap, okay, I've just attracted attention. Should have taken out the Imperial, to be honest. How am I going to... recover health, because I think I'm about to die. Oh. Okay, cool. There's still like 2 Imperials, 1 Magitek Slasher, a couple of Teletic Vanguards, and then of course like another dog there. Crap, can't aim there. I'm gonna need to get closer, because I think it's too far away, that's why I can't actually aim and attack there. So the question then is, what would be the easiest way to do that? And that'll be Swift Deception followed by Silent Takedown. Boom, incapacitated, and then we've just got this 1 Imperial to deal with. Now we just need to reach the control bridge right there. I want to time the Teletic Vanguard on the right and this Magitek Slasher on the left to both look away in the direction that I'm wanting to go into. Which might have just worked out for me. look around. So that's the control terminal, huh? Ooh, that is going up pretty slowly. Withdraw from the supply depot. Oh, okay, so literally, like, just go to the left a bit.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
Which is all well and good. That nothing in particular
What news from
happened,
our
much at
comrades?
least.
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the firework.
We're ready to blow this place sky high. So do we fight the boss as ourselves, or do we fight the boss as someone else? A few moments early, okay. So we're ourselves here.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but... Wait! Something's coming!
What the heck?
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them
Interesting.
away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
Protect the carriages. Okay, got it. Where do we want to start? Oh, this side. The skills don't actually, like samurai skills don't actually refill as quickly as other classes, especially when you like look at say pugilist or monk, where you can like combo a lot more easily. But then that's because they have their own system compared to other melee based classes. Next is this tempered Imperial. I'm just kind of like working my way around, I think. Oh, I comboed incorrectly, damn it. Oh, well, anyway, I'll sort myself out anyways. Alright, where's the next lot? Because I'm pretty sure there's more.
Fear not, friends! The savior of Ishgard is here!
God, his voice is cracking pretty bloody hard, Jesus. Oh, there's another one. Right. Next combo I'm going to use is this one. Then I'm going to use this move here. And then I can then use this. Oh damn, I was supposed to use X, not... Nah, well, close enough. Right.
A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
I feel like these ones spawned specially for us. Boom. Half his health gone in a single swipe. Very nice. See, that was a perfect combo right there to make use of my abilities. Now I want to use this move and then finish him off with Midare Setsugeka. Setsugeka. Gekka. That's how it's meant to be pronounced at least. Anyway, I digress. Magitech reinforcements arrived. Can I aim for him? No, I can't. Ooh, how much time do we have left? Not much from the feeling that I'm getting. Okay. So Saga and his lot are still okay.
I'm ready for more. Hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Get to the front and turn the tide.
Get to the front line. Get to the front and turn the tide. Hell yeah. But then, like, what's gonna happen? Now that we're heading into the front line. I can't help but think that there's gonna be something big going on. Oh yeah. It's full on war at the moment. But of course it was gonna be.
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
If you could only wish it was a euphemism for it.
Heal in time.
It's nothing that won't heal in time.
The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit.
It seems that they were incredibly blinded by, like, their thoughts.
And that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you...
That I did.
Oh, big boss man looking person-ish.
That's Vigilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
There's no end to them!
And look who comes strutting in.
I was wondering when you'd turn up. There's no stopping us now. Come on, let's show them what we're made of.
Where did Pippin come from? Like, was he there the entire time? God, I didn't even notice. As in to say, "Coh, never noticed him." Alright, defeat the Tempered Imperials. Let's go absolutely ham. Go for the guys on the left first, I think. Oh no, I have to aim for the guys in the front first. Damn. Oh well. I'm like the kind of person who's like, I like doing things in order. I'll start from the left and then work my way to the right or something. So I suppose it shows that I had like intent to take them all down. But yeah. So every time I like wipe one enemy out, another one just happens to come in. Oh, it's an event. Pippin's gonna go absolutely nuts. What is he up to? Ooh, Pippin, man. God damn, he's strong. Seems he learned a thing or two from his father after all. Another one? Okay, here we go. And then this last move should finish him off. Easy. Ah. Vergilia. And then this move, and then... Ooh. Oh, damn, okay. Back away from the move. Oh, crap. Oh, I was using the wrong combo again. Curses, okay. Ah, damn. I was going to use R2 circle and an R2 X, but it was actually supposed to be R2 circle and R2 up. God damn it. I can't attack from a distance like this. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, at least I'm not the one who's dead, which is probably the most likely individual to get hit. easier said than done to keep these things at bay. It's too many of them. And also they have a lot of health. More than the other ones did, at least. Okay. Virgilia is back. I feel like bosses make the least amount of sense in like... Oh crap, am I about to... Yep, I got hit. Is it our turn to go absolutely hammer or not yet? Ooh, gotta stand back from me. Okay, so Lucia just got hit pretty... Well, you would think with a pretty hard move. What the heck? Oh, okay, it's a story thing that's about to happen. Even Magna is jumping in. Jesus. What the heck? She just obliterated everyone. She's absolutely mental.
A worthy adversary. Rest, recover, reclaim yourself.
Sadu had too.
Ah, nothing. Oh.
That was the last of them. The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us... And soon we shall arrive at the cap...
Hopefully. It just like looms over the distance, but also what the heck is up with that aura around the capital?
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain.
Baron might very well be putting it very lightly, I think.
800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated. The chosen, forsaken.
So this is supposed to be Iltibad, I imagine, or is Iltibad the actual like capital of Garlemald, and we're actually in a different town altogether?
In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solace single-handedly sparked the Magitech revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks? Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed, bitterly so.
Not so much as a whisper.
Yeah, this place is dead.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been temp.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This
He's
will be
making
our
a good
temporary
amount of
base
sense.
operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, Pat.
An apt name, really? Broken glass, of all things. Yep, we've attuned to the Aether right, so now we can kind of go from here as much as we please. Now, we've got Territon and I'm sure other locations within here. The pipe, stainless cores. Interesting. Forum patterns. Okay. We were stolen anyways. Oh, dishes. And then we have Graha. Getting everyone's thoughts on the situation seems to be a pretty good way to go. Trying to figure out what's happened here seems pretty out there, but seems like we're kind of getting a good idea. Lucia. There she is. So, what's the plan from here?
Our present situation.
Mm-hmm.
Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
Okay.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city. For therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
So they may very well be
Promising
savable.
idea. I will assist the healers in the administration. Of course, I will require a porpsy of my own, assuming you can spare.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
What's up with the
This
ether in
talk
this
of
area
curing the
then?
tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is, the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, my smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't.
Understood. The machinist will assist.
Okay, so it looks like plans are really starting to fall into place about making this a proper
should
camp.
either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telophoroi. They will be searching. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so.
Either that or they're planning something. But then again, biding their time
needs
is...
fair notice.
In what sense would we not be as noticeable given what's happened?
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling...
Twould be my honor to...
That leaves us with...
As a matter
Fun.
of fact, I have something
God,
else
Judy.
in mind for the two of you and Alphino.
Ooh.
Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have your keen sense of direction honed in your extensive travels.
I should have gone with the second option. Extensive travel seemed like a bit of an
I have
understatement, all
faith
things
that you will,
considered.
and look forward to greeting you on your safe return. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury...
Yeah, I think I'm just going to end the stream here. Been going for a couple, but... So we found ourselves in a pretty good place at the moment whereby, like, we've managed to now get into Garlemald and survive the original onslaught, and yet somehow we're not, you know, immediately under the pressure of the Telophoroi. So I wonder where this is going to lead moving forward. Well, buggered if I know, but... I'll probably end up making a little bit of progress before I stream again tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Till then though, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.